We're going to speak to the board tonight of the Ashtabula Area Teachers Association. Standing here before you are the officers. I'm Tim McFarland, President. I live at 4055 Huntington Court.
Lisa Love, Vice President. I live at 3426 Grand Court, right off of Wade Avenue. Christine Seek from Crest Avenue, Second Vice President.
Annette Hola, Treasurer, 3966
Bridal Road, Kingsville.
Joey Salem, Secretary, 4342 Bridge Road, Kingsville.
Kennedy Edwards, Correspondent Secretary, 6941 Sanford Road.
First of all, congratulations, Mr. Donatone. Sure, it'll be a pleasure working with you. You're stuck with us now. The Ashtabula Area Teachers Association is extremely disappointed that one of the board members has chosen to manipulate the situation that arose from an unfortunate error in the Star Beacon. To publicly suggest that your child would be treated in any of our classrooms in a manner where his education is not the teacher's foremost priority is not only untrue, but slanderous.
Just to bring everybody up to date on the history of things, I'm going to read a letter that was presented to Mr. Donatone. In regard to the elementary school location, dear Mr. Donatone, I am on vacation in Florida with my family. The customary practice of the board when important issues arise is to at least try to have all board members present at the time the issues are decided. The matters regarding the Bonniewood Wade Avenue site were put on last week without any request or any offer to me that I have an opportunity to present or comment on them. At the March 13, 2007 board meeting, teachers went to the microphone to speak to the board. Some teachers, purportedly representing groups of teachers, made some very nasty remarks about a board member and his child in elementary school. These comments appeared on the front page of the next morning's Star Beacon. The tenor of the statements was obviously designed to intimidate me. I became alarmed. If these teachers would lower themselves to the type of conduct, how my son would be treated. Those teachers and I are at issue regarding the configuration and location of the elementary schools. The acknowledging the fact that I have a young child in kindergarten by those teachers caused me great concern. I began to worry about what effect my decision would have on the treatment of my son in the elementary schools in the Ashtabula school system. I became intimidated for fear that he was going to be an issue. As a result of this concern for my son, I did not make a motion to change the configuration of the elementary schools. Although after a little thought, I have become very upset with the intimidation by those teachers using my son. What has happened? That has happened all too often in this system. The community is opposed to the location of the schools at the Bonniewood Wade Avenue site. The community is opposed to the campus-style elementary schools. The lack of community support will mean a huge loss of financial support. The loss of financial support will be devastating to the educational system of the Ashtabula Area City School System. Very truly yours, David C. Sheldon.
The Thurgood Marshall teachers would once again like you to read a letter that they read at the March board meeting. Please, I encourage you to try to find these comments that are threatening within their letter.
Cynthia Miller, 1111 West Shore Drive. Mr. Candela, Mr. Franklin, Mr. Sheldon, Mrs. Featherstone Woods, Mr. Blair. We have these comments regarding the selection of the site for the new schools. We hope that you will take them into serious consideration in a timely manner before the district loses more valuable time and money than it already has. As the staff of Thurgood Marshall Elementary School, we support campus-style schools for all reasons mentioned in the March 12, 2007 issue of the Star Beacon. Academically, student stability will improve their successes. Teachers can share information easily, class size would be uniform, busing would be simplified, and more efficient and safety issues could be more easily addressed. In addition, we believe a campus would economically more efficient. Buses would not be making extra trips transporting students to buildings other than their home school in order for them to receive special services. Equipment needed for some special services would only need to be purchased for 1 or 2 buildings. Staff who provide special services such as speech therapists, psychologists, nurses, PT and OT, art, music, and gym would no longer need to be reimbursed for travel expenses. Without the need for travel time, there would be more time to service students. All students' needs would be easily met at the one location. Maintenance of property should cost less with only one large area to care for instead of 5 different areas. Plowing in winter should take less time and fewer vehicles if only one area needs to be cleared as opposed to 5. How many mowers will be needed to take down lawns at 5 buildings as opposed to what would be needed for one site? Food service would need to deliver to only one location, a gas and vehicle wear and tear savings. It seems that in view of the fact that we are cutting 44 staff members and carrying the junior and senior high programs to the bare minimum, the board would be adopting every avenue of reducing costs. Don't we all attempt to do one-stop shopping to save effort, time, and expense? There are safety issues that are a concern and would be improved with a campus setting. The majority of the students would be bused, thus there would be supervision from home to school. Parents worry over pedestrian accidents. Stranger concerns and bullying issues would be eliminated. Even now, with neighborhood schools, an enormous number of parents drive their children to school, as evidenced by the traffic jams that occur around each building at arrival and dismissal times. Daily, we witness near accidents as parents stop in the middle of the road to drop off or pick up students away from the crossing guard, park in illegal